Hey Clashers, the Meltdown Mayhem Metal event is around the corner, and this event is going to bring us a new epic equipment for the Royal Champion. The event is going to start tomorrow, which means on the 8th of December, and is going to finish on the 29th December. Every player who's town level 7 or higher can play in this event and unlock those rewards and progress in the event. Which means you can progress in the event with taking down gold storages. This is working in farm mode and as well in the ranked battles, which means everyone who's in Legends, you don't have to play farm mode if you don't want to. For everyone who is playing farm mode though, you're going to always get free ice golems and ice minions in your armies to make sure that your attack is even stronger. The points which you have then collected from those multiplayer battles are going to put into your pass, and you can unlock all of those nice rewards. The really cool thing about this event as well is the bonus track. You can unlock up to 1015 medals in this bonus track this time around. So make sure that you're grinding those bonus medals, because you can exchange them for really nice rewards in the medal shop then. Before we're going to jump into that one, a quick reminder from my side: if you want to get even more rewards from this pass, make sure that you get the Revent Pass, and if you want to get that, make sure that you're supporting your favorite content creator. If you want to support me and this channel, it is credit code iTzu. I really appreciate that. But let's move forward with the new epic equipment. We have some old equipments coming back as well, and plenty of magic items. As a free-to-play, you should have overall like 4,115 of those medals, so you can spend them as you would like. With that being said, from the old epic equipments coming back, I can for sure recommend the Spiky Ball, the Magic Mirror, and if you're an air attacker, the Dark Crown as well. But the new epic equipment for the Royal Champion is really solid as well, and it's kind of a different use case than what we usually see from the Royal Champion and her equipments. This time around, it is a support equipment, which means she's going to freeze everything around her. Up to 7 targets in up to 7 seconds, she can freeze defenses and make sure that herself and everything else in the army is staying safe for plenty of time, which is pretty much like an inbuilt multiple freeze spell, which is directly targeting defenses. Before we're talking about use cases and as well an example attack, we're going to check out the rest of the event. Which means, first off, we have 2 decorations in the event as well, which you can unlock with your medals. The first one, it's quite nice. You have different modes for the Hound, where you see different poses where he's like playing with the ball, trying to get different stuff, and it's a quite nice decoration, to be honest, where you can, whenever you tap it, just change it, or he's sleeping now, and so on. Like, you have plenty of different poses which you can select depending on which one you like the best for your specific village. Then, next to the Hound itself, we have an ice stone. Well, this decoration is kind of crazy because it is an ice stone. I'm kidding. It's not doing it. Like, it's just there. Yeah. So let's get back to the event pass, because you can unlock obviously different event spells and troops. The first one being the Santa Surprise. If you're an air attacker and you want to take down air defenses, this is the way to go, because with over 2,000 damage, that's a really nice way of taking down air defenses, somewhat cheap, which means that is an easy way to get rid of air defenses and make sure your air attacks are even stronger. The next thing you can unlock is the Ice Wizard, which is going to come back. It is a wizard which is just slowing down defenses and targeting defenses directly, which means that you can maybe snipe some defenses out. But it is not the craziest of the event troops, to be honest. The next thing, which is this time around different, is the Ice Hound, which means we have like an inbuilt mini spotlight event in here, because we have the Ice Hound as a super troop, which you can unlock as well for free over the entire event. It makes sense. It is winter. It is a winter event. It's an Ice Hound, right? Like, it makes sense from the theme, so it's kind of like a nice idea here. But with that being said, we have the Ice Hound to unlock. Let's move on to the next thing, and the next spell is the Bag of Frost Mites, which has terrorized the Legend League for quite some time a few years ago, because this spell is insane. It is a freeze. At the same time, we're spawning ice spirits, which are then bouncing around between buildings and slowing down defenses. It is crazy strong. It is out of all of those event things, for sure the strongest. But with that being said, we have one more thing in our entire list, and that is, let's scroll, the Ice Minion. That's right. The Ice Minion is pretty much a defense targeting minion, which as soon as it's going down, it's exploding, and this is then going to have a freeze effect and slowing down everything with the auto attacks as well. So overall as well, really solid. But again, you cannot use all of this event content, like the event spells and troops, in your ranked Clan War or Clan War League battles. They're only available in your regular farming mode matches. But now let's get to some use cases as well, an example attack of the new equipment. Because this one is really, really interesting. Because so far, typically, you just have the Royal Champion having like her ego trip, because she is the star of the show, and every equipment she has so far is really turning her into an even stronger individual hero, which then can take down even more on her own. This new equipment is more a supportive style, so it depends on your personal playstyle, which means if you like the Royal Champion on her own taking a big part of the base, you should just not even use it. But if you want to have the support on the back end of an attack, this is the way to go then with the Frost, Flake. Which means, if you're having an attack which is not starting with the Royal Champion charge, this is quite important because in a Royal Champion charge, this new equipment is not that great. There are no bonus DPS stats on this equipment, which means that, well, the Royal Champion charge is not synergizing that well with that instead. But if you're using a ground army like meteors, like super bowlers, like, I don't know, throwers, for example, or super witches, or pretty much all of those ground armies which are relying on a fireball or a warden walk or some type of different opening, this equipment on the back end is amazing. Because let's just follow the path a little bit for the Royal Champion. She's taking down the Guardian right now around the Town Hall, and then as the King is moving into the stacked topside compartment, using the King's Spiky Ball ability, damaging everything, and the King's still taking a lot of damage, we just use the equipment, we froze the ricochet cannon, the fire spitter, everything on the backhand, so our troops, our army take less damage. The king actually survived, can keep doing the cleanup, so it is more a supportive tool. Now you might wonder, iTzu, okay, if this is so good as a supportive tool, why do we not combine it with the rocket spear, for example? So we have the long range, the long threat of the Royal Champion, at the same time the Frost Flake. Why do we not combine that? Well, the Electro Boots, that's the answer. And we're not even talking about the Electro Aura. That is not a big deal, to be honest. If your Royal Champ gets stuck on here, like on skeletons, it is like not the end of the world in an attack like this. What is crucial is the self-healing. It is 45 per second. How long was the Royal Champ alive in this attack? Let's just say, because it's an easier math then, let's just say it is 100 seconds. That would be overall a total hit point restore which you could possibly get, or 4,500 hit points. That is quite a number. So the self-healing is the crucial part, why I'm not sure if the Rocket Spear and the Flake combination is actually really good. I think the Electro Boots with these snowflakes and ground attacks like this is going to be great if you're looking more for a supportive style. And overall, it feels like that the Snowflake is just the way better Hog Rider puppet, and it should always get you value. But with that being said, well, we're going to take a look at some max gameplay the next days, and obviously as well my equipment ranking video then. But one thing I already can tell you, this new equipment is really solid if you want to support your back-end push, especially with the current trend of merging less important defenses together and turning them into really hard-hitting defenses. So having a 7-second freeze on the back end on 7 defenses is actually really solid. But let me know what you think. And as always, thank you so much for watching the video. I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next class video. And until then, see ya and bye-bye.